Garrett, you have a buy on Lucid. It's been a good call. $65 is your price target. But, you know, when it comes to fundamentals, what are you looking at here in terms of justifying a current market value of roughly $90 billion?
Sure. Thanks for having me. We think Lucid really checks all the boxes in terms of a newcomer to the auto industry that has staying power. And we really like the fact that they're targeting the luxury market. So they don't really have to sell a lot of vehicles in terms of volume for the business plan to work. They're targeting sales of 20,000 vehicles next year. They're really almost there in terms of their reservation count. And they want to grow their volume from 20,000 next year to 135,000 in 2025. So we think that's very achievable, especially considering the quality of the product and the specs, was just named the Motor Trend Car of the Year for 2022. And the company made history in terms of being the first automaker whose initial model received that prestigious award. So, but you look at the specs of the vehicle, and it really is the first electric vehicle that we've seen where the specs are really on par or even superior to a Tesla product in terms of single charge range, 520 miles, and horsepower, over 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah. When it comes to the total addressable market, we were just talking to Phil LeBeau. Of course, you've got so many luxury automakers that are potentially going to represent competition for Lucid in the future. What gives you the confidence that they can take as much of the share, even though it's, you know, again, you're saying the unit numbers are not that large. Still, the overall market of a $100,000 automobile may not be that large either when you've got Porsche, when you've got BMW, when you've got Audi all coming after you.
Sure. So we see the U.S. electric vehicle market growing from just under 300,000 units sold last year, which was just over 2% of all new vehicle sales. We see that 2% growing to about 30% in the year 2030. So there will be plenty of room for Lucid and others in the market, especially the automakers that are producing high quality product, you know, that is similar to a Tesla vehicle. And, you know, there's a reason why Tesla has become the dominant player in the EV market, because their vehicles are just so much better than anything else out there. And that's allowed them to grow their market share to nearly 80% of the US EV market last year. But we think Tesla's market share is just about peaked, and you're going to be seeing a lot more competition from Lucid, Fisker, Rivian, and others, which you're seeing right now.
Garrett, at a time where we're so focused on supply chain, I mean, this massive global shift to EVs is going to mean more copper, it's going to mean more lithium, it's going to mean more rare earth materials, all commodities that tend to be harder to mine, tend to be in shorter supply as we see scale begin to ramp, production begin to ramp for all of these different automakers. How real is that risk?
It's significant, and you know, if you listen to Elon Musk and other executives in the industry, they're very concerned about that. But what we're seeing though is a lot of metals and mining companies making the investment now in terms of lithium, copper, cobalt, and all those other metals and elements that are needed to really meet the future battery demand. So we think that that supply response is coming.
Garrett, thank you for your time.
Thank you.